Take care of that, Kevin.
Okay. Well, years ago, if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you worse. But I'm going to hurt you with my words. Because I was real slick with my tongue. And that was even worse than physically hurting somebody because everything, all my broken bones have healed. But things people have said to me have stuck with me forever from childhood. That's the damage that's really bad that nobody really talks about. So that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me, the most untrue thing I've ever heard in my life. Come to realize that as I became an adult. Also, hurt people that haven't healed hurt people. Because we've all been hurt, but I don't continue hurting people anymore because I'm healing. So I don't do that anymore. And that's really what made me, when I had a conscience and had my spiritual awakening, that's what really, I sat there probably for the first 3 days incarcerated and I cried because I looked at all the damage. How dare I tell somebody I love them after everything I've said. And once I say something, I can't take it back. They might forgive me, but they're never going to forget because I've never forgotten. So, yeah, I used to do that all the time. You think you hurt me? I'll cut you down even worse. I'll be even, and just tear people apart like that. And, and that was a really terrible thing that I've done. And I've done it to a lot of people in my past. But like I said, now I don't do that anymore. As a born-again Christian, as someone who's healing from the traumas and stuff, I know that. Because we're all hurt people. There's not a person that's not a hurt person. So it's hurt people that aren't healing and haven't healed are the ones that keep continuing that cycle of hurt. That's it.
Marcus.
What's up? I'll end.
So, yeah, I am the very revengeful type. Vengeance, get even. So, in my past, if you hurt me or if you cheated on me, whatever, I'm doing it at least 20 times worse. I'm going to the ones that you love, and there's not, like, once my mind's set, it's set. But now from doing that, I'm still hurting because I never talked about it or got it off my chest, and I'm still in the process of trying to work on leave my past in the past because whoever I'm with now isn't the past, this is my present. And she did not do anything wrong. It was who I was with, So by me being the revengeful person that I was, it's still inside of me because I never dealt with it. I never talked about it. I never let it go. So it's still with me. And am I allowed to say suck? Because it does. You know what I mean?
What did you say?
Huh?
Are you allowed to say what?
Suck.
Oh.
Not even just me feeling it, now I have other people feeling it as well. You know what I'm saying? And that person doesn't deserve it because she didn't do nothing. It's my past that did it, and it's still just inside me. And I'm doing my best to work on that.
Yeah, I mean.
Can't see on that side. For me, on the second question, I I definitely was I can't say I'm still not. I'm more so reserved with it. And it's for me, revenge is like disciplining a child or remembering what it was like to be disciplined now. But at one point in my life, it was like, oh, I'm gonna get you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Don't even worry about the day. When the sun rises, you don't know if it happened. You might not even know you didn't wake up. But that was the way that I was with my revenge. But on the most part, it was really silent. I would rather leave you in silence because that's how I was really left. Like my upbringing of my hurt was just straight ostracization, straight left alone. You ask for help, you ain't get it. You ask for something, you ain't get it. You just ask to ask, you ain't get it. So I suffered with just not getting. So if you ask me for something, you ain't getting it. I have to see, what am I getting? What am I getting from you for you to get anything from me? Because I had to go get, because I just had to go get. There's a difference from when if somebody asks me to get it for them, I'm going to get something for somebody else. But if I get it for them and I don't get nothing back, then what was the whole purpose of causing a transaction of something being gotten for someone if it was never really meant for me to want to do from my own heart? Which is why when I do things, I do it from my heart, not because I'm hurt that I hurt someone. And which in ways, justice for me is exactly that. Me justifying the things that was done to me, and either it was wrong or I deserved it or not, and in a more so of a understanding of that. When I do this, it's not a malicious thought. I just see you don't deserve it. I see that you're not worth it. For me, of what I'm gonna gain from you, it's not worth it. I'm not doing it. It might even come off standoffish or I don't care for that individual because they may actually need it. They may actually need that thing to take them to the next point of that assistance that they may ask of me. But I do remember, it was the same for me. You might need to go through this. That's just how I see my actions now. Even though I still look at it a little bit as I'm being a little funny, because I'm just seeing through life experiences, and that's really my take on it. Because I'm gonna have to go back on that side.
Yeah, you got it.
The eye for an eye stops for me. It's. I'm gonna be honest. I would say it never really has to. For me, I don't believe it should stop. But it should have a better representation in sense of how we gotta stay out of our own heads. And I'm speaking for myself with the whole eye for an eye. I believe that if somebody disrespects you, yes, you should say something back, but be more stern and understand the terminology of the word stern, meaning you don't have to be disrespectful, but you can be direct with your words. You know, it's just a choice of words, and I say that for myself. And if somebody was to punch me or like if Amy was just turning and she hit me in the eye by accident, I'd rather give more judgment. I'm like, yo, did she actually just hit me? Was it intentional or was it by accident? I'm not sure. If I was another female, just saying, was it intentional or was it an accident? Girl, we about to go, square up. Girl, it was an accident. I was just turning. Alright, you know what? Alright. That's somewhat of an eye for an eye. Like, you know what, girl? You see how that tap her back? Give my little hip back. You know, eye for an eye. Like, we should minimize the seriousness of how we take things. I don't have to jump immediately just because it did happen. Let me give it some thought. Alright, you know what? It's not called for me to flip out the way that I'm believing I should because of what happened. I can't say much for certain situations and categories that is currently going on in this world. As far as family members being exed or taken out, law enforcement situations, I feel like there's a lot that protect people when situations like that happen. And I'm speaking from my own view of what justice actually should be. A lot of people are protected in ways where they should receive an eye for an eye situation. I do not wish death on people, but I do believe, and I'm saying this as a person of spiritual understanding, nothing else, nothing no man can try to rationalize on a piece of paper, because that piece of paper can easily disappear. You are wrong, your wrong should come onto you, and that's my take.
Thank you.
Yeah,
When does it stop? When does it stop?
Toreak, I'm very glad you had mentioned that. I'm very close to that wise gentleman who had said that to you. And I think what he meant by that was when he said that when everybody's blind, because violence begets violence.
Exactly.
You beat me up with your fists, I come back at you with the knife. You know, I got you with the knife, you come back with the gun. Now I'm dead, now my family or friends are going to come after you. You know, it never ends.
Yes.
That's what that person meant by that. He's a very prolific thinker. Thank you, Toreak.
Thank you.
Amy? Yeah. Well, this whole violence thing, in my opinion, is, I feel like if you continue violence and you continue this whole an eye for an eye, or if you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you, then you're never really healing inside yourself. You're still continuing that, well, because you did this, I'm gonna do this, and because you know, said this, I'm gonna say that, or you slept with my boyfriend, so now I'm gonna go sleep with your boyfriend. Like, I feel like you're just you're continuing the violence within yourself, not anybody else, because that person who hurt you is now gonna go on and live their life, and you're still gonna think about revenge and hold on to animosity, and that's just too much not healing. That's not moving forward. Like, for me, I'm sure a lot of people who know me know I come from a domestic violence marriage, and like, it wasn't just a slap or a pull of hair. Like, I had, you know, plastic surgery over it, and if I didn't forgive him, I was never gonna move on with my own life. Like, I was never gonna and people are like, forgive them. You know what I mean? They look at the picture, they look at the scenario, they're like, are you nuts? And I'm like, no, because if I hold on to that animosity, no matter if it's the littlest thing from a boyfriend calling you a name or, you know, hitting, whatever it is, someone calling you something or saying, I don't like your hair or your makeup, or like, if you're gonna hold on to what, like, people's opinion shouldn't affect your life that much. And as far as violence, if you continue the back and forth eye for an eye and, you know, you did it so I'm gonna do it, you're never gonna grow as a person. So the whole violence thing, I don't really like touch on that. Like, I try to get over that and keep it pushing. Like, even though, you know, my ego will come into play a lot and I'm like, what, you did, you know, but for the most part, I feel like, you know, they have to live with that. You can only kill people with kindness. That's my eye for an eye. Like, I feel like if they see, like, if I go back at them with something, then it's never, they're gonna look at me and be like, oh, look, she still cares, or look, she didn't grow, you know what I mean? Like, to me, you do something to me that I don't like, I just know that you're not the person for me, and I keep it moving. I'll say hello, I'll say hi, but that's about it. But I'm not gonna take all that energy and time out of my life to sit there and try to get revenge or hate or hold on to that animosity. Like, you're not growing as a person if you do that. That's just my outlook on the whole eye for an eye, and that's, you know, that's coming from an Italian who believes in that, you know what I mean? Like, that's our background, like the Malocchio and an eye for an eye, and, you know, like, but that stuff's never gonna have you grow if you hold on to all this violence. And I feel like if more people just understood that people, like everyone just stated, hurt people. And yes, words are hard to, you know, maybe get out of your brain for a minute, but if you stop and look at who those words are coming from and the reason and the moment that they're being said, then you have to take everything in, you know, in jest when people talk like that. That's just how I view that whole thing.